Hi, my name is Shinko. Welcome to my channel. I am on a diet to gain weight, and this is day 16. So it's the morning. I did eat last night, after weighing myself on the scale, but I just didn't update it. So I had 2 fruit roll-ups. 2 fruit roll-ups. I did have a protein bar. I finished off my Oreos, and I finished off my Milk Duds. That was last night. Today is Saturday, and every Saturday I get on the phone. Well, I get a video call in the morning, my fiance, and we watch anime together. We've been watching My Hero Academia, the new episode that's been being uploaded weekly. So we watched that. While watching, I had a whole macaroni and cheese. I had 1 fruit roll-up, a push-up. This was cherry flavor. I did pull a cinnamon roll out. I have not eaten it yet. It's good though. It came out really good. We ran out of powdered sugar, so there's not as much frosting as I would have liked. But that's okay. So, there's that update. Alright, so I actually had another one of these. This is my second one today. And then I fell asleep and took a nap. I was on the phone with my fiance at the time. So I'm off the phone now. And I got my nuts. I didn't really get footage of me eating today, so this is me doing that now. These are deluxe nuts. So almonds, cashews, they got pistachios, pecans, and hazelnuts. You know, I used to have an eating disorder for like a small amount of time. It was qualified as an eating disorder. I was afraid to gain weight. And there's a time in my life I was afraid to gain weight. I was afraid of food, not just because I would throw it up, but because I would also gain weight as well. That started from a doctor. When all of this was beginning, understandably so, I was a big girl. Okay, I was almost 300 pounds. I was like 280 something was where I was at. So almost 300, not quite. And so understandably so, you know, when you're a big girl like that, a big person like that, and you're walking up to this doctor and you're like, hey doc, I'm throwing up so much I can't keep my food down. You kind of have this notion of like, you know, like, hey, good for you, you're gonna lose weight. So, understandably, at first, that was the type of reaction I kept getting, which was frustrating. As time went on, I started losing the weight, and it started becoming more serious. So I dropped down to my hundreds, late 100s. So I was 280, I dropped down to about 190 something. So I kept going from doctor to doctor, trying to find the answer, trying to figure out what's wrong. These are nuts. Alex, these are nuts. You don't want cashews. You don't want that stuff. He's sniffing it. He's making sure he doesn't want it. See, I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you, buddy. You wouldn't want it. Okay. But anyway, back to the story. So I saw this new doctor. I heard great things about him. People told me he was awesome. He knew what he was doing. Great. So I went to see him. At the beginning of the month, he weighed me. Alright? It was also around then I discovered the medical benefits of marijuana. And instead of the few times as a teenager having a little fun here or there, it purely became something medical for me. Well, that month I started using it, and then I had told the doctor, oh hey, I found this, but I'm still having issues. So I did find this and it was better, but I'm still having issues. So the doctor looked at me, and at the end of the month, he weighed me again. He looked at me and he said, well, you gained 0.8 pounds, so I don't see anything wrong with you. I didn't even gain a whole pound. I had gained 0.8 pounds. And based on that alone, there was nothing wrong with me. That singular sentence transformed everything up here. It transformed my thinking into, instead of, I'm gonna eat this and throw it up, I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna gain weight, and they won't believe me. That's where that fear came from. It never was, I look this way, I look bad, because I had accepted myself as a big person. It was purely for, I was afraid that they're not going to believe me. He didn't believe me because I didn't even gain a full pound. I gained a little over half a pound, and based on that alone, I wasn't believed. Now, obviously, as you're watching me now, that thinking is different. I don't have that type of thinking anymore. That was years ago. Now, I love food. I feel awesome as I'm eating, in the space right before I get full. Right before my stomach notices that I'm putting something in it, and then it wants to whine at me just because it has to do something. It has to do its job. But yeah. I talked to a therapist, talked to a doctor extensively about it. And for a short time, it was being classified as an eating disorder, technically speaking. Because the way they classify it is all about thought process. If your thought process is more, you're afraid to gain or lose the weight, that can be considered as an eating disorder. Just for fear of gaining or losing the weight can be considered an eating disorder. Alex is playing with the door. I've opened it over and over and over, and he keeps closing it. Buddy! You are making me look bad. There you go. There you go. It's open. So, for dinner, a cheese pizza Lunchable. It's one of those half sizes where it doesn't come with a dessert and a drink, because when my stomach is so small, this is literally a full meal to me. Like, full meal to me. Like, I'm absolute stuffed. I usually can't finish 3-piece pizzas. I usually finish 2. I usually have a hard time with the 3rd. So I'm pouring. Yeah. And then nitty gritty, get the rest out. Yeah. So I'm really happy that I am starting to gain weight again. From here on out, it tends to be a little bit harder, like between 110 to 120 is when I struggle. In the past is when I struggled the most, so, yeah. Hoping for the best. And I like to move all of my cheese out from, like, these tiny little containers into the big thing. You mix the cheese better, and it's a lot easier to get at it too. So you end up using all of your cheese. Like so. So you actually don't even need a knife either. You can use gravity. I shouldn't have done that like that. My bad. Obviously, watch what you're doing. Don't just repeat exactly what I did. Watch what you're doing. I'll show you what it looks like if you at the end after watching it. That. So you don't gotta get your hands dirty or even get a butter knife or anything. Gravity is your friend. In this case, gravity is definitely your friend. Boom. And I am going to try and have as much of this as I can before Alex notices I have anything. Hopefully he doesn't. So there's one pizza. 2. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get into your cheese when you do it like I did. Just move it all into the big thing. There you go. All gone. So I'm really stoked. I've been trying to switch to more calorie-dense foods, like stuff. Prepackaged stuff like this, you know? On top of real food, obviously. I feel like today's been a good eating day. So I'm actually really excited. I'm feeling okay. That's what I'm saying. Tomorrow I'll need to go down and get more of my protein milk. My high vitamin protein milk. Last cup. I'll switch to my protein powder. In the meantime, it doesn't taste as good to me. I'm able to drink it and keep it down, but it's not enjoyable to me. Yeah, I'm surprised Alex is not bugging me. I guess he won't this dinner. Oh well. Yep, I'm getting full. This is the second one I'm getting full. Let's see how many calories. 260 calories per thing. So granted, my mac and cheeses are about like 250, 500. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need to eat some more. I feel like I've eaten enough to gain something. Like it's a good day today, but I actually went through and calorie counted a bit. So, I have to look up for roll-ups and see how many calories they have. Alright, I'm gonna finish this. Gotta finish this. I did it. I ate it all. So I put myself together. I'm not going anywhere or anything, but just felt like putting my makeup on. Why not? I guess I'm calling this my weird purple sunset thing I was just playing around. But in all honesty, I'm just keep eating as much as I can. There's some creme brulee ice cream in there that's really tempting right now that I think I might actually go get soon. So I went ahead and got my creme brulee ice cream. It is this vanilla custard ice cream that has flecks of like caramelized sugar. It's so good. I recently discovered it, like really recently, and it's my new favorite ice cream. You can find this creme brulee ice cream at Walmart. You won't find it at Fry's. You won't find it at Safeway. You can find it at Walmart. I definitely suggest giving it a try if you like creme brulee. Or even if you don't know what creme brulee is, basically kind of this custard dessert that on top has caramelized sugar. Like you use a torch and everything to caramelize it. And it's a really, really, really good dessert. So having ice cream like this is actually pretty good. I had to compare to the real thing.
The real thing is better, obviously, but this definitely tastes like creme brulee, like in ice cream form. You know how some flavors can be way off even to whatever it is they say? Yeah, not like this. This you could definitely taste like it kind of tastes like creme brulee. Oh. I am picky on my sweets, so it's just awesome that my stomach is totally loving this. So I'm really stoked, honestly.